Is it just us two?
Is there one more or not?
Okay, bro. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey everybody, Andre Yakimowski, Julian Hammond, third. Go ahead and open for questions.
Julian, what's the best defensive effort of the season for you guys so far, and kind of what got it going, especially in the second half? You really shut them down and were able to pull away.
We talk about it in practice every day. We want to lock in on defense, make everything tough. We have a scout on teams now. We have a better feel for what they like to do. So, we just want to wear them down, pick them up full court, get them tired, because, those threes, you're going to start missing more when you're tired. So we just had to lock in and play a full 40 minutes today.
Andre, tonight you're feeling really good from three and overall season high for you. What was working for you tonight? What was clicking? And what did you see on the offense?
I made my first shot and then I got an extra boost, but I think my main focus is on defense, rebound, take care of the ball, and then take good shots. I think all the shots that I took are great shots, and my teammates were great at finding me open, and I think we moved the ball really good this game. We had 22 assists and on 30 field goals, which is awesome, and it's a really good win for us.
For either of you guys held the Titans to 31% from the field, 2 of 17 from beyond the arc. What went into the defensive game plan tonight?
We look at the scouting report a day before, the day of. We really want to know our matchups, know our guys. So we just have to know who we're guarding, which guys we can help off of a little more. And they're a team that likes to get downhill and get to the rim. And I think just taking away good threes from good shooters is a really important thing.
And I think our depth is good for us because I don't think there's a guy who played more than 22 minutes this game. And that shows that we have a lot of players on the team, and the minutes that we play out there, we can give everything we have, and then sub on and sub out and rest and come back and be at maximum every time.
Towards the end of the second half, you could hear Coach Boyle yelling to slow down, slow the pace down a little bit. How do you guys feel like you channeled that towards the end, because it did get a little bit cleaned up, and Sebastian was able to get to the basket a few more times?
I think it's not as much slowing the pace down, but just slowing down in our decision making, because we did have a few turnovers today where we're just sped up, whether it was our feet or trying to make a drive too fast, and we want to play fast regardless, but we don't want to play out of control really. So we more just want to slow down, get our composure, and if we don't have anything in transition, then get into our offense, because we have a bunch of guys who can score the ball, so it's not really of a matter of I got to go get this bucket right now or anything like that.
So this was a good team win. What are you guys looking to improve on for the game versus Harvard?
I think our main concern is turnovers. Like I said before, I think if we get better there, we got a chance to be a really good team this year, and I think we're good, offensively, defensively. We just have to get better on turnovers and don't turn over the ball.
You guys are 3 games into the season. It's a decisive win tonight. I feel like you had control for basically the entire game. Do you feel like this team is starting to mesh and find its stride?
Yeah, I think so. We're a team with a bunch of new guys. We have some grad transfers, but we also have some freshmen. We have some guys that didn't play last year, really. So, it's going to take a few games here and there, but, we just want to come in and play with effort every day. And if we, if we're playing hard and rebounding and not turn the ball over, then it's something that we can be a really, really good team. It's going to take time.
For either of you, Andre mentioned the 22 assists. I know part of that's you knocked down some threes tonight, but do you feel like the ball was moving around better? You kind of were getting in the flow of offense better than especially we're against Northern the other day?
100%. I think our offense is really good when we move the ball, and you can see we had so many open shots, and you just have to make them. But coaches they emphasize every day we have to keep moving the ball, especially in this offense. Sometimes it's 5 out, 4 out, 1 in. And I think the post players did a really good job because they were doubling Elijah, doubling Trevor, and they find us the shooters, and we make the shots. So I think our offense is definitely getting better. We just have to fix the turnovers, and we'll be fine.
On the flip side of that, holding Cal State to only 4 assists, just what would you credit that to? Is it just kind of clogging up the lanes, or what would you kind of attribute that to?
We knew that that coming in, they were more of a ISO type of team. So we had to focus on guarding the ball, really, because we know that, they run their actions, and we knew their actions. Coach Manning did, a great job with his scout and put us in great positions. And so then it just came down to us guarding the ball one-on-one, really. So that's really what it was.
And I think we gave up 16 points of guarding the ball in the first half, which is a lot. 16 out of 30 something in the first half, so that was a lot. But we fixed it in the second half. Did a really good job on the guards and make it hard on them to score. So, yeah.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Head coach Tad Boyle. You guys get settled. Coach will start with an opening statement.
Okay.
We'll open up for questions.
Yeah, look, you win by 30 at home, and you defend pretty well. You rebound the ball pretty well. A lot to be pleased with. I thought we really took a step forward offensively tonight in terms of our ball movement and the ball not sticking, in people's hands for very long. We had 22 assists on 30 baskets, which is phenomenal. We'll take that every night. That was a pretty common occurrence with last year's team, but with this year's team, it hasn't been. So it was nice to see that because we talked about it. Against Fullerton, if we moved the ball, moved our bodies, made ourselves hard to guard, it should be a 20-plus assist night. And we talked about that before the game, and the guys went out and did it. So I'm pleased with that. I still got to figure out our turnover issues. We find, it's amazing. We just find new ways to turn it over. Like, we had one tonight where we wide open on a back screen, and we're not looking for the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Like, I've not seen a turnover like that, in maybe 15 years. I don't know. But, our footwork turnovers, we stepping out of bounds turnovers, all the things that we can correct. The good thing is that the turnovers we're having, we can correct them. And so that's obviously room for improvement. But we shot the ball well. It's nice to see Andre, come out and make a few and get himself going, because we've been struggling from three a little bit. consistently, but we got great looks.
You mentioned the defense. Best defensive effort of the season so far, and then in the second half especially, what did you guys get done to really?
Yeah, I think we wore them down a little bit, Pat. I think it was part of it because, again, we're playing at altitude. They're coming from sea level. I know I talk about that a lot, but it's a fact. But then, yeah, I thought our depth really imposed itself on them. I really like the way we finished the game. You know, as you guys know, sometimes when we sub at the end of games, you know, to me, there are no garbage minutes, you know, with this team and where we are because we have so much inexperience on our team. Like those last 5 to 7 minutes of the game are really important to us. You know, now I feel bad that we don't get our walk-ons in, but this is a year and this is a team where we've got to get guys minutes and get guys some experience so that when, you know, the stakes get raised a little bit, they got a little bit of something to fall back on in terms of learning from the things they do well and the things. But I thought we finished really well tonight. Asanjo deserves a lot of credit. Guy plays, what was it, almost 19 minutes, didn't take a shot. He's plus 25, leads us in rebounding. I mean, that is the epitome of being unselfish and being a team guy. And, you know, you look at the stats, nobody's going to talk about that, but it's important that I mention it because I think if we can have everybody approach the game the way Asan approaches the game, there's a selflessness about him, and he plays it extremely hard, and he's just a great teammate that we can all learn from, and I want our guys to understand that.
Nobody played more than 22 minutes in this game.
Yep.
How much were you able to use this game as a kind of experimental game with rotations and lineups and trying to get guys in a groove?
Yeah, I wanted to get guys minutes. You know, Harrison Carrington is a good player. You know, he did some good things when he was out on the floor tonight. Did some things that he can learn from. You know, just like everybody. You know, getting R.J. Smith minutes, getting Felix and Sebi, you know, minutes. They're freshmen. We got to get them. I look at Asan and Bangat. Dak is freshmen. You know, they played a little bit last year, but they didn't get meaningful minutes last year. So we got a lot of returning guys and new guys that are inexperienced. Now, Elijah's got a lot of experience, and Trevor's got a lot of experience, and Andre's got a lot of experience. Maybe not together, but again, they played a lot together. They played a lot together against Eastern Washington and Northern Colorado. So it was nice to see our offense take a step forward tonight when the lights were on, because that's the team that we've seen in practice that I mentioned. Like I'd seen that in practice for the first, maybe not 30 practices, but certainly the last probably 10. But then the lights go on and that ball gets sticky and guys get a little bit trigger happy. But yeah, we wanted to play a lot of guys tonight. That was the idea going into the game, and we were able to do that.
Coach, on the flip side of your 22 assists, Cal State Fullerton only accumulated 4. What went into that effort on limiting them on moving the ball?
Well, going into this game, the number one thing on the board defensively for us is guard the ball. Now, I don't know how many we gave up in the second half, but in the first half, 16 of their 29 points were just guarding the ball. And this is a team that plays a lot of isolation basketball. They look to get downhill. They look to attack the rim. Coming into this game, they were averaging 24 free throws attempted per game. They got 17 up tonight, more than our 14, which usually doesn't happen at home. So, you know, it was a big game to guard the ball. And when you play ISO basketball, you're not going to get a lot of assists. So it was a great game for us to learn on guarding the ball. I don't know how many points we gave up in the second half guarding the ball, but, you know, against Eastern Washington, we gave up, I think, 16 points guarding the ball. Against Northern Colorado, 25. I bet we gave up probably at least 25, if not more, tonight. But that's what Fullerton does. So, you know, you got to just play without fouling and keep the ball in front of you and contest shots. We knew that they would have trouble with our length, scoring over us, because, you know, we have more size than them, and they did. So we just got to keep playing without fouling.
Compared to the last two games, tonight kind of felt like smooth cruising. Felt like you guys had control for most of the game tonight. How do you feel like this team is starting to mesh together and find its footing?
Yeah, I think, again, playing how you practice. Play how you practice. Like when you come out here and the lights are on, the stands are full, and the cameras are rolling, like you don't become a different dude. But we had some guys playing differently the first two games, especially on offense. So yeah, I think that's a step forward, and we got to build upon that. And our guys have to understand that's what's going to make this team good. It's not going to be one guy. You know, Elijah Malone had 27 points the other night against Northern Colorado. Guess what? He had 9 tonight. That's going to be part of it. You know, he was 3 assists, no turnovers. Played really within himself, and so that's what we all have to do. And if we'll all buy into that, this team's got a pretty high ceiling.
As you mentioned, there's kind of some weird turnovers tonight, but with Julian, you know, a guy has the ball in his hands a lot. To have 4 assists, 0 turnovers, good to see him have that kind of game.
Fantastic, yeah. And I thought at halftime, I looked at Julian, Ruff, and RJ, and I think they all had, you know, 0 turnovers. Our turnovers came from, you know, I think Trevor had a couple, I think Sebastian had a couple, but you know, we had 8 in the first half, 8 in the second half, and I'm going to start naming these turnovers. Like, I think traveling is going to be an apple turnover, and bad passes are going to be a cherry turnover, and you know, we got to come up with a lot of fruit groups, because there's all kinds of, you know, we had some boysenberries out there. I mean, we figure out new ways to do it. It's unbelievable. But hey, we got to grow. We got to learn. We got to get better, and that's what practice is for.
So Sebastian's had a great couple of games coming off being a freshman and not playing at the collegiate level before. He hurt his knee in the middle of the second half. You could see him walk out. How do you think that changed how he was playing in the end of the second half?
I don't know. You know, he banged his knee, and you always I'd rather have a guy bang his knee than twist his knee. So, yeah, he's a tough kid. Sebastian, the thing I love about him is he wants to be coached. He's unbelievably gifted offensively. I don't have to worry about talking to Sebastian about his three-point shot or his, you know, ability to run the floor and score the ball and shoot the ball. Sebastian's really gifted there. What I've got to talk to Sebastian about is how to guard and how to rebound. And again, he had 2 rebounds in 18 minutes. You should have at least 6 rebounds in 18 minutes. So that's areas of improvement for him. That he's 6'10", he should be a great rebounder, especially on the defensive end and offensive end. So, you know, to me, Sebastian's a guy that is important to this team because he can score the ball, he can shoot the ball. He's consistently shot the ball well from 3. Like every scrimmage we've had in practices, he can score the ball. We got to get him to defend and rebound at the Colorado basketball standard level, and then you're going to have a hell of a player in your hands.
Okay, anything else? All right,
Thank you.